a little time to ground yourself. It's more to ground myself. You know, on my way here this morning in my meditation, I was journeying in my mind, looking for reasons for the incredible pain that has been inflicted upon innocence. And I started to feel like I was standing on the edge of a cliff or beside a very powerful river. So I need to ground myself, so I'm going to share a healing song with you. And the word healing means to become pure and original again. You know, and we're void of bad habits or bad thoughts that we picked up on our journey so far as adults. So my song will be a song of thanksgiving for the ones that kept us alive when we were helpless babes. The ones that carried us so we would not starve, so we would not freeze or dehydrate in the heat. And I'm also going to give thanksgiving first off for the planet Earth, the provider of all medicines, food, shelter, and most of all comfort. Siem, Chwalmach Muskiem, Chaichka Siem Siaya, Chwalmach Capilano, Chaichka Siem, Chwalmach Tlaamen, Chaichka Siem, Chwalmach Chehalis, Chaichka Siem, Chwalmach Chaichka Siem. I'd just like to thank all the ones that traveled across the water to be here, that came down the river to be here, and the ones that came through the air to be here, to put your minds together, to see what you can do, to help people to heal. We come as First Nations people from a foundation based on love and respect. Before contact with Europeans, our guiding thoughts were of love. for all of existence. Water, rocks, trees, animals, insects, everything. Of course, we had big wars with one another, sometimes over resources. But every nation made sure their children loved the earth and respected the earth because they knew that was a provision for our future. I love to journey back in my mind and think of those times when everyone spoke the same language and everyone danced the same dances and everyone governed the way they governed. It's such a beautiful memory for me to hear people talk about that, and it's a reference point for me, and that's where we're going back to. In 1492, in that time of the years, all of a sudden we encountered a different philosophy or different guiding thoughts, and it got us in trouble. And it was that love of power. All of a sudden, in our midst, there were people that wanted what we have, what we were stewards of, and what we were taking care of. In my meditation this morning, I was saying, like Dr. Adams was saying, all of the statistics of how many of our people are incarcerated, how many of them are suffering from diseases that are totally preventable, and how many of them are just depressed. And I was thinking of that, and I became sad, because I know the answer for myself. I reasoned it for myself. I have my own beliefs of how we got to be that way, where we have crimes against humanity within our nations, where we have children suffering. And I visited that place, and I rarely visit that place because it's too heavy, because of the crimes that have been committed with our people against ourselves and against each other are too terrible to think about sometimes, But I think it's so important that all of us start to understand that. What makes up a First Nations individual? Why is there such a unhealthy group of people? We weren't born to be like that. We were born with a spirit like everyone else. And my vision that came to me this morning is that First Nations are incarcerated all over North America and South America on the reservations. And eventually the residential schools. And then we're having a hard time to break that mentality.